What's your view on Cassiar South? Are there any indications for a larger high-grade resource there, or is it too early to tell?
Well, at Cassiar South, I view it very much like what we see in some of the other Abitibi deposits. When you read about, for example, a historic producer like the Hollinger McIntyre deposit in Timmins, or some of these other deposits that have produced significant gold over their times, is they're not made up of just one vein. They're made up of dozens and dozens of veins. Each one can carry tens of thousands of ounces. And in Cassiar, the distribution of mineralization is very similar to that. Just the nature of the closely spaced high grade veins allows you to have potential for multiple veins with different working headings in each one of these. If you were to discover multiple ones in a cluster, and I think that's the highest potential lies. Geologically, I don't think you'd have the potential for a huge through-going vein that's going to go vertically for kilometers, just because, in part, the nature of the stratigraphy, it's tilted. But there is a good potential for very good strike length along some of these vein systems, like was demonstrated at Volag, which is several kilometers long. And the New Coast target, which I didn't really talk much about, but there's mineralization along that beneath one of those ultramafic units that's been tested by very widely spaced single holes over a strike length of about 3 to 4 kilometers. So these the potential lies in lateral continuity of some of these longer veins, but also in clustered sets of these veins, and obviously in the bulk tonnage of the deposits such as Taurus, rather than huge through-going veins like you might think of it like at Braylorn, where some of the vein systems went to 2 kilometers depth. Here, you still could have mineralization going over a great vertical extent, but in one vein set, and then a gap with a shear zone in between, another vein set. So there is potential for the vertical mineralization that is stacked rather than directly continuous in a lot of these areas.